What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two of the best players playing with the Protoss pieces in the world. Spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of Blue Shift LE, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's very well known in Starcraft 2 and wants to continue proving that he is exactly that. His name is Haas. And his opponent spawning in the cross position playing with the red Protoss pieces. He's currently known as one of the best Protoss players, if not the best current Protoss player on the planet. His name is Stats. So, guys and girls, very excited about this game and this matchup between these two players who are absolutely forces to be reckoned with the Protoss pieces. I gotta say this, though. You know, Stats as well as Haas have been in the StarCraft 2 pro scene for some time now, and you know, Stats in this is of course a best of 3 series here at BlizzCon, which of course was you know, the global finals of StarCraft 2, and Stats you know, is pretty much widely known as the best, or at least one of the best Protoss players out there. Haas is certainly you know, no stranger to being one of the best Protoss players out there. This guy is absolutely incredible as well. And I'll be very interested to see what both these players decide to do here in game number 1, because every game does count in a best of 3 series. You know, in the group stages, you're trying to move on to the bracket play. Very, very important games, to say the least. We are going to go ahead and see very similar build orders by both of these Protoss players. The double gateways into the cybernetics core is definitely something that we are going to see here relatively early on by both of these players, which is relatively standard in the PvP matchup. The question is, though, are we going to get some cheese in this game, or is it going to be more so a standard, you know, macro-focused game by both of these players? Should be interesting to say the least. Both these guys are going to go for the warp gate research, which is pretty much the most standard upgrade you could get as a Protoss player. So very standard. We are going to see 2 adepts coming out of Stats and then 2 stalkers coming out of Haas. So a little bit of change in of course unit composition, but nothing too out of the ordinary, at least at this point. So we are going to see Haas go for the proxy Stargate, and I love this decision making here by Haas. The question is, though, is Stats going to find out about this? The chances are he's going to find out about this sooner than later, and this could end up hurting Haas here more so than helping him. The Stargate is going down here for Stats as well, so it looks like they're both almost going to be able to cancel out one another. There is going to be an Oracle coming out, so that Oracle is going to try to do some damage, obviously, to this mineral line. Stats is already on top of it. Got a shield battery that's going to be coming up here as well. Haas is going to try to throw his opponent a little bit off guard here, but I think, at least at this point in the game, there might be a little bit of some damage that is dealt, simply because there are only adepts out by Stats. So that could be a problem here, as this adept is going, or I'm sorry, this Oracle is going to be coming in here and going to try to do as much damage as possible. That Oracle is not able to do essentially anything because of the shield battery. That shield battery is going to probably run out of a little bit of some energy here shortly, but there is going to be a Phoenix coming out here relatively quickly, and now is probably going to get the kill on that adept here very, very early on. And it looks like there's going to be, on the opposite side of the map, we're going to see a shade in here by Stats going for the counterattack here, going with all of those adepts, trying to get a couple of kills on some of those probes to kind of even up the score there. You know, I actually do like the position currently by Haas. I think Haas is in a really nice position, but it's just that shield battery helps Stats so much, you know, with getting so much value out of the probes, not getting nearly as many kills as what would have happened had he not have had that shield battery up, to say the least. So it does look like Stats is going to be transitioning into, you know, the somewhat, you know, more, you know, kind of standard build here with that robotics facility coming up here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. He is going to go for a very... he's got these phoenixes that are starting to do some damage across the map here, getting a couple of kills here and there. There's a lot of stalkers though. It does look like Haas is going to try to do a little bit of some damage here. He's got all of these stalkers are going to go right after that natural nexus here, and this could be a very big pickup for our Protoss player in blue if he is able to get this kill on this this nexus here. It does look like that is exactly what is going to happen here at this point in the game. Those stalkers are going to kind of go back home right now. There is going to be an immortal coming out. But it does look like so many of these probes, I mean, there's just blows happening on either side, whether it's, Stats or Haas. Both players are kind of trading blows here. Stats is technically ahead right now because of all these kills he's getting on so many of these probes. The probes are just going down like flies against Stats right now, who's playing this thing absolutely brilliantly, at least at this point. So it's hard to tell who's really ahead. It seems like it's kind of, both players are kind of trading blows at this point. So, I think though that right now there's so much value coming out of Stats. I mean, he's just getting kill after kill on all these probes, and that is gonna really hurt Has come, the later stages of the game here as we are passing the 6.5 minute mark. That's where it gets kind of scary. You got more and more Phoenixes coming out of Haas, and then we do have a War Prism that's coming out of Stats. So I wonder if he's going to start putting on a little bit of some aggression across the map. He does, Stats knows that he's got Haas on the ropes right now, but there is still a decent sized Stalker and Adept army here by Haas, so you definitely have to take that into consideration here. It does look like Stats is going to start moving some of his unit composition down that ramp, and the question that I'm wondering is he going to start moving across the map here with this army? I feel that he does have the army to kind of take out he does have the army that could very well take out Haas at this point, but it doesn't look like he has decided to go after the army quite yet. As I said, it does look like a robotics facility now is coming down here for Haas. He's going to go ahead and get that robotics facility, but he's in a pretty tough spot, I would have to say. He just does not have much out on the playing field to really deal with all this. And it does look like that natural nexus is once again going down for Stats, and Stats somehow, some way is macroing up a bigger and bigger force, and it's going to go right after Haas. I think at this point in the game here, he's got the Immortals out, and that's just going to make this so scary for our Protoss player in blue to have to deal with. He's supply blocked right now as well, and that certainly does not help. It looks like Stats may very well start going after this army. That was a nice pickup on the Oracle, but the question is can he hold on right here and right now? Because there's a nice sized army down here with that War Prism is going to go right after all of these Stalkers. The beautiful pickup micro, and those Immortals are starting to move in. GG is called, and Stats takes a 1-0 lead over his opponent, showing off the beautiful macro game. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Stats and Haas, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.